Welcome back, everybody. Today I am bringing you a Rikka deck profile. Today I am glad to be presenting you my version of Rikkas. This is the way that I play it. It's control. It's the control variant. And so without further ado, I'm going to jump right into my deck profile. First up on the list, we run 3 of the Rikka pedal. We run 1, 2, and 3, as you can see. This is really the main card of the deck. Every turn this card provides us our search, and it gets us to all of the things that we need to be able to do. It's the utility box for the deck. You want to see this card as quickly as possible. A lot of our deck is set up to be able to search this card out and get this started, because this is the starter for the deck. Next up, we run our level 4 engine. We run 1 of the Rikka Clayman and 3 of the Rikka Fairy Primula. This is for our new level rank 4 Exceed. And so since we run the rank 4 Exceed, we run those monsters to get into that rank 4 Exceed. The rank 4 is really good after like turn 1, probably turn 2 ish. You want to start going into that rank 4 because it allows you to basically be able to make, out certain things, and it allows you to bring out your tribute monster, your big level 8. And so the rank 4, in order to be able to play it, you have to run level 4 monsters. And so this is our level 4 engine. We run 4 in all total. This one doesn't really have a great effect. The Rikka Fairy, the Clayman, all it does is just change the levels by like 2, and so you don't really want to run a bunch of it. We only run it because it's a level 4, just to have a little bit more of a way to get into the Exceed. But honestly, other than beatdown for the deck, you could actually cut this and probably play 1 more trap in this control variant, and you wouldn't even you wouldn't feel it. Like, I don't think that the Clayman makes that. I just like having all of the names in it, so I've played 1 of it just because it was another name. But I don't think it would hurt the deck to cut that and probably put in 1 more trap. I've really been considering putting in a Tranquility instead of this, but we'll talk about that a little later when we get to Tranquility. We run 3 of the level 8 Snowdrops. Snowdrops is the main deck monster other than the Searcher. This is one of your main monsters that you're going to be focusing on in the deck. And a lot of times you're going to be using Pedal to search this card out. And what you do with this card is you're able to tribute the Pedal off the field and special summon this as well as another one of your Rikka Fairy monsters. And the effect of this card lets you change and modify all the levels of all the other plant monsters that are on the field. So you can change all of your other face-up plant monsters into level 8s, level 4s, or what have you, in order to be able to exceed something. This deck focuses on exceeding as well as controlling what's happening on the field. And so this is one of your main monsters, and you're going to try to bring this card to the field as much as possible in the deck. We run 3 of the Muduns. The reason that we run Mudun at 3 is because Mudun lets us search out the spell and trap cards. When you drop the Snowdrop level 8, you really want to drop this card with it, and every time you drop both of these cards, you'll get a free search. And so being able to do that a lot of times enables us to be able to control the field, because the spell and trap cards, that's exactly what they do for the deck. They help you to control the board, attributing your opponent's monsters and so forth. Going right along, we play 2 of Hellebore. The reason that we play it, 1, it's a hand trap. 2nd, it specials back from the graveyard, and it's level 8. Being that it's a level 8, it also helps us to be able to exceed with it. And so if we, for whatever reason, have Snowdrop, say our Snowdrop gets you know, veilered or whatever, and it's not allowed, or impermed, and it's not allowed to use this effect. Well, I can still tribute my other monster, bring this back, and still go into my level 8 by using Hellebore. And so that's why we run 2 Hellebores. We want to be able to get, if at all possible, we want to be able to get the hand trap effect, but at the same time, even if we can't get the hand trap effect, we still can bring it back and use it as exceed material. So we like that. And the hand trap effect, really all it does is just stop targeting. You know, there's not a lot of targeting that happens today in the metagame, but it does come up every so often. So we still want to be able to play it and have it at our disposal. I think that's it for the Rikka monsters. For the non-Rikka monsters that we run 3. Really, I play 3 effect negators. I play 1 Moonlit Chill and 2 effect veilers. I'm trying out the Moonlit Chill just to see, because I have it. I wanted to just to experiment with it. You can run 3 Ashes or 3 effect veilers in the deck, or 3 imperms if you have them. But the way that I'm playing it right now is I'm experimenting with the 1 Moonlit Chill and 2 effect veilers. Seeing how it goes, and if I determine that I like the Moonlit Chill, I might replace the effect veilers with 2 other Moonlit Chills. Right now, I'm not thinking that Moonlit Chill is the best card, but I still want to experiment with it as it's a newer hand trap. And so I am playing 3 effect negators. I'm playing the Longfire Blossom, as this is a plant deck. This card basically gets me to Petal. 3 of these, once I see 1, I know that I pretty much can get into Petal. You tribute Longfire for Longfire for Longfire into Petal if possible. If it's turn 1, you probably go Longfire directly into Petal, just in case your opponent tries to stop it. If they stop it, well then they're going to use their negate on that. If they don't stop it, you've already brought out what you needed to bring out, so it's not like you worried about it at that point. Call by the Grave, has been hit, so that's definitely beneficial for Longfire. But long story short, Longfire is basically there to get us to Rikka Petal. And without further ado, I'll keep it moving. I play 2 of the Rose Girls. Really, you only need 1 in the grave. Once you get the engine going, basically Rose Girl helps you to be able to basically keep a field presence, keep tribute fodder there, and because she helps you to be able to keep that tribute fodder going, it allows you to get into your exceeds a little bit better. I like to see it. Like, I've never saw it and was like, oh crap, I saw Rose Girl. Like, I like it at 2 because when it comes up, I don't have to search it, and it's a good feeling to have the extra bit of tribute fodder every turn playing Rose Girl. I do run 2 of the Erica. Going back to that, I had them there at the end. Erica is just an extra 6 for me to be able to get into my 6s. Erica can go down to 1 as well. That, I like it because it lets me get into my 6s and I can bring it back from the graveyard, but it's not essential to the main strategy. And that's my personal taste to run it at 2, but it can be run at 1. On to the spells. We run 3 Rikka Glamour. The Rikka Glamours in the deck basically are there for the searchers. They're the rota of the deck. You can tribute and get an extra search for a plant monster, but usually what you're going to be using it for, honestly, is just as a rota. You're going to search and get out your petal, get out your snowdrop or Mudan, whichever piece that you're missing, and then you're going to go ahead on and start your plays. By being able to use that right along, we will be going to the 1 Rikka Flurries. We only run that at 1, and the reason that you only run it at 1, once it's on the board, that's pretty much it. You get a tribute and you only need it at 1. If they get rid of it, it's like, okay, your monster still tribute anyways. So, and it a lot of the times, you know, the opponent won't even mess with it. They'll just leave it out there, and it'll continue to recur every turn. And by the time they get rid of it, it's kind of too late, because you've already forced them to tribute 2-3 monsters by that time. So we do run it. It is great to have on your board, but it's not the main tributor. Your monsters are going to be doing that for you. We run 1 Rose Bell of Revelation. The reason that we run the Rose Bell of Revelation is because we have a few monsters that are over 2,400 in the deck, and we are able to search them out with the Rose Bell of Revelation. And then it also works from the graveyard for me to be able to special summon some of the monsters in the deck. So if there's a turn where I don't have a tribute and I need to be able to get something on the board, assuming that the game goes longer than a couple of turns, you know, the Rose Bell of Revelation allows me to be able to get that extra monster out there so that I can start the tributing. We run a 1-for-1. Again, Rikka Petal is the most important piece to the deck, because that is all of our search power to be able to get to all of our monsters, to be able to make those exceeds. And so we do have to get to that petal. Petal equals the deck going. So we do run the 1-for-1 as an extra means to get to it. Call by the Grave, although it's at 1, it's still a great card because it allows you not to get, you know, hand trapped. So we still gonna play it even though it's at 1. We want our monster effects to go off. I don't like it when Snowdrop gets Veilered, or you know, another hand trap like Moonlit Chill. We want it to go off and be successful, so we're gonna play that Call by the Grave even though it's at 1. And then we play Upstart Goblin. It just makes the deck a little bit more consistent. You get a 39 card deck instead of a 40 card deck. So we're going to run the 1 Upstart Goblin just to make our deck, you know, just that much more consistent. Next up are the traps. We run 3 of the Rikka Sheet. Rikka Sheet is basically effect negation. I can negate your effects. And if I tribute a Rikka monster, or I can take control of my opponent's monster, which is a lot of times beneficial, because what it does is it allows you to interrupt your opponent's plays so that they can't make those massive boards that they would make if you didn't interrupt their plays. So, and then if you have the flurries on the field, because you're tributing one of your monsters, you're forcing your opponent to tribute one of their monsters as well. So it combos nicely with flurries a lot of times when you have them both on the board at the same time. We run 3 Solemn Strikes in the deck for a bit more of effect negation. Your opponent's monster activates an effect. Solemn Strike, it's a counter trap. Unless they got another counter trap, a Solemn J or something, they're not able to stop the strike. So then you're able to end the disrupting right there and get those monsters off the board. And so we do run the Solemn Strike at 3, and we run 1 Rikka Tranquility. Rikka Tranquility is really good for the deck. It allows you to tribute a monster and bring back 2. If you don't tribute a monster, you still get to bring back. It's basically like a Call of the Hunted. You can bring back the monster and then play off from there. Again, it combos well with Rikka flurries. If you have the flurries on the board and you tribute that monster, you force your opponent to tribute one of their monsters as well. So just a little bit more for you to control your opponent's board with. That's it for the main deck cards. Let's go into the extra deck. Because this is the control build, we don't run a lot of other cards other than Exceeds in here. I run the cards for me to be able to control my opponent. So let's start off with all of our plant Exceeds. We run one Sylvan Sprite Princess, a Princess Sprite, I guess. The reason that we run the one is sometimes you end up with 2 level 1s because the petals are out there. You might normal summon a petal, and then in the end phase you have the ability to bring one back. You can always make this if it comes up. It doesn't usually come up, but if you just need another monster to attack with and you got 2 level 1s, you have something. It's 1800 attacker, so you know it's there. We run 2 of the new monster, the new rank 4 card, Rikka Queen Strenna. And the reason that you run this is because Rikka Queen Strenna allows you to be able to get into your teardrop once it gets destroyed. And it becomes basically a material for it. And so it basically gives you an extra bit of protection. Like, you know that once that leaves the field, you're going to have another Exceed come and replace it, and then they got to get over that as well. We run 2 Kazashis. Kazashi basically provides support. Once your board is established, you make Kazashi, and then Kazashi basically protects your board. That's the level 6 rank, the rank 6. I keep saying level. That's the rank 6. And so we go into her after we establish our board. The boss monster of the deck, we run 2 teardrops. And the reason that teardrop is the boss monster, because she allows us to tribute and control the best out of the deck. She allows us to tribute our opponent's monsters, which is really, really good. And so you're always going to want to go into teardrop as quickly as possible. Also, we run 1 Alce and 1 Fairy Knight Igunar. These we don't always make them, but sometimes they come up, and when they do come up, they usually help to just add the extra utility for us to be able to overcome some situations that, you know, aren't regular. When your opponent does something that's unexpected, these are the cards that you use to basically get you around those. I run these as my utility plant monsters. Alright, and then we'll go into the cards that are not plant monsters. We are running a Behemoth Shark as well as a Totally Awesome. Because all of the Rikkas are water monsters, we were able to go into Behemoth Shark and bring out the Toad, just as an extra bit of negation. Sometimes you want to be able to do that and just you know, get in there and be able to hit your opponent with that extra damage and stuff. Because we are running some rank 6s, I do run the 1 Gaia Dragon Thunder Charger. It's a nostalgia card. I like it just to be able to be like, oh, you got a defense position monster? Hit him with the Gaia Charger. Gotcha, game. And then we run 1 Dingirsu, because we run a lot of rank 8s, level 8s, and they can go into this rank 8 monster Dingirsu. Dingirsu is still an amazing card to be able to, you know, send a monster to the graveyard. And we're already tributing monsters. It's just extra pressure that you're putting on your opponent when you're able to make the Dingirsu. I do run a Dragubulon along with number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon. You bring out one and it brings out the other. The guy's 4,000. You hit for a guap, so why not bring them out? Last but not least, I run Divine Dragon Knight Pharaoh Grand, and that's pretty much the cards that I run in my extra deck. I only run Exceeds. Again, I'm not really trying to make the non-plant Exceed monsters for the most part. Mostly what you want to do with this deck is control the board. This is the control variant of Rikkas, and you use the Rikka monsters and the spells or traps, as well as the Rikka Exceed monsters, to really just control what your opponent is doing in the tempo of the duel. And by doing that, you usually are able to work your way to a win, get a W in the box, right? Well, that's my deck profile, guys. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, let me know what I can do better and what other deck profiles you guys want to see. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Holla.